Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the video. And this is one of two reviews from my friend Efree. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. PayPal is usually the best bet. It could be for pretty much any topic, reaction, review, commentary, video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And these two are kind of connected, because the other one I'm going to talk about, which I'm saving that for last because I know that's the better movie, they have a similarity where it's someone who's kind of a, well, in the other one it's not really a hacker, but like an employee that's using devices to send through signals and kill people. And with this, it's not just the internet, it's the TV, the screen. Where what if there's a computer virus, but we're able to rework it with a computer virus can affect organic life forms and specific screens because of this cable box. It could affect you and go through light and through your eyes and affect your cells and things of that nature. Now, I apologize for taking a bit to get to this because I couldn't find the film to watch. There was a website, but it kept not letting me watch it for some reason. Freevee or something. So I had to do some workaround to be able to finally see it, because I couldn't find it anywhere else. Because Fatal Error, I don't know, 2 minutes in, was a TV movie. It was a TV movie. It might have been the first TBS movie. Original movie, that is. Now, TBS, I didn't grow up watching it, but when we finally got cable in 2000, well, technically around 97, around 97, we finally got cable. It was one of the channels I would flip through, and, TBS or TNT, they would show a lot of Roadhouse or a lot of other type of older classic movies. But very rare did TBS. Like TNT, they definitely did quite a few original films, but TBS less so. In fact, the only other TBS original films I remember are Christmas Rush, also known as Breakaway with Dean Cain and Eric Roberts, which was like a Die Hard at a shopping mall during Christmas, and Red Water, where Lou Diamond Phillips had to deal with a shark. I think Coolio was in it. I do remember liking those two, despite the fact that they were, because they were made for cable on those stations, it was a bit of a detriment because they didn't have as much of a budget. They couldn't be as much in terms of violence, blood, because there's only so much they could show on TV, at least at that time. But this might have been the first TBS original movie. Let's say I don't know if they made a whole lot of them, but like I said, I do remember liking Red Water and Christmas Rush. It's been a while since I've seen them. This one I wasn't really big on. I could definitely say the next film, I'll just spoil it, Murder by Phone with Richard Chamberlain in 1982. That's a much better movie, and that'll be the next review, which I wanted to say that after because I wanted to cleanse the palate from this. I mean, it's not the worst movie ever. There's a part of me that it's so goofy and silly. It was like a time waster, and maybe also kind of a weird nostalgic charm. Not charm, but just nostalgia of watching these type of films back in the day on cable. Was an era that's kind of long gone, because nowadays they would never do this, or rarely, because they just put on streaming. But you like just the way the film looked and stuff of that nature. It has a weird nostalgia to it. I don't know how to explain it. Again, its goofiness was at times kind of fun to watch to see what would happen next. But it was directed by the same guy who did He Knows You're Alone. Yes, the slasher film from the 80s that did not have much slashing. I think he went after women who are ready to get married or something, and like Tom Hanks has a small role. No, he does not die in the film, but Tom Hanks has a small role. It's one of his early movies. He also directed Cameron's Closet, which I do remember liking that film. I don't think that film ever got a Blu-ray. I don't think so. I don't know. But I do remember not minding Cameron's Closet. Been forever since I've seen it, but it's the same director. It's based on a novel, I guess, called Reaper, which I've never read it. Now the cast, the three I recognize is Antonio Sabàto Jr., which he sucks. I never liked this guy. I mean, no, I do mean it. I never liked this fucking guy. Antonio Sabàto Jr., the most interesting thing is his name. He's bland. I think he's boring. He's wooden. He's, I think, one of the worst parts of the film. He's just dead weight. In this kind of film, you need a lead guy or lead character that can really help you carry through the doldrums of the TV movie quality production. I think that's why I liked Christmas Rush, because it got Dean Cain, who I do enjoy, in the lead. I even remember not minding Boa and Dragon Fighter. I actually would like to watch those again. This has been forever. Because they have bad CGI. But it's like, I like Dean Cain. And sometimes if I like an actor, I could get through a lot in a movie because I like the actor and I like seeing him work. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, I like Christmas Rush because of Dean Cain, and Eric Roberts is the bad guy. And I did Red Water. I like Lou Diamond Phillips. He's the good guy. And if one of those guys starred in this, or if you had, I'm trying to think. Hell, go out of the box. Have like Clancy Brown or Brad Dourif in the lead, or have Lorenzo Lamas, Jeff Wincott, Mark DeCostas. I mean, there's a lot of people who could have gone for this lead role. Hell, Treat Williams, I think, would have worked well. There's a lot of guys who have gotten. Jeff Fahey. Jeff Speakman, and throwing some fight scenes. I mean, there's so many people I'd rather watch than this guy. I just find him so bland and boring. Just nothing to him other than the pretty face and a cool name. Antonio Sabàto Jr. He's this guy who's a paramedic. He used to be working with this, I forget what you call it, a group that dealt with viruses. But at one point in Africa or somewhere, his fiance died. He tried going to save them. It didn't work out. Because he broke protocol, he got fired. And now he's just a paramedic. He'll do something risky, like save a patient in the ambulance, and doctors get pissed at him for it. So while he's at his job, and I recognize his partner, I forget his name, I think his partner was in Time Cop. I think he's a guy who Jean-Claude Van Damme goes back in like 1930s, 1920s, and his partner's the guy with like the headphones. I think it's him. And then Van Damme has to go get him back and bring him back. I think, I don't remember the actor's name, but I believe it's him. I could be wrong. So while they're doing that, it cuts away to this conference communicating via a screen, via TV. And it's like a bunch of lawyers talking to this guy, and this guy with he may be from Australia, but man, he laid it on thick. Thicker than Crocodile Dundee. But as he's talking, these lawyers, something's affecting them, and then you see, it kind of looks kind of neat at first, where it's like this frost is overcoming them. And at first I'm like, oh, they're being frozen. I think it's something to do with calcium. But like this frost looking stuff overcomes, and then like they get brittle, and like someone's jaw gets broken up, or if later on someone's hand falls, that gets broken up into dust and pieces. But it hurts because there's some really bad CGI. Like I did one of them, the jaw hits and the jaw crumbles, but it's really bad CGI, really bad. And or there are times where they're being affected, and then you get this up close shot. I don't know what the hell they were doing with the effect. Like there's this technician that works for Janine Turner's character, which I'll get to her. He gets infected, and like there's an up close shot of his face, and I don't know what they were doing with it, but it looked really bad. It's like not glowing, but I don't know how else to put it. Like it's supposed to be like their skin worsening in his condition, but the effects they put out, like CG, whatever, it just looked really shit. And that it ruined any potential effect that those scenes had with these people getting killed. So lo and behold, Odysee Sabàto Jr. and some people get there to see these people dead. They find a janitor who's nearby who is a bit wounded, scratched up. And Janine Turner comes in with the military. And Janine Turner from Cliffhanger, loved her in that. She was in The Ambulance with Eric Roberts, much better movie than this. And you go through the typical thing. It's not, mind your business. It's outside your pay grade. He showcases he knows more than she thinks he does. He's a valuable asset. On a whim, not a whim, but pretty quickly, he proves himself. He joins her. They become a team. There's moments where they go lovey-dovey, talk about his tragic past of his fiancée, more lovey-dovey stuff, as they seek into what is going on with this virus. How are these people dying? And once in a while you have a victim showcased. There's an older guy who, yeah, he want to say gets frozen, but then this calcium's pumped out. There's a person at a ATM type of machine who gets affected. Every once in a while that stuff happens. And when you come to find out, spoiler alert, sorry, I'm going to spoil a TV movie. Well, okay, before I do get more to the plot, my feelings on the film is I don't think it's that good of a film. The plot does get sillier and goofier, but the death scenes don't have any type of intensity or even loses goofy charm because the director, there's like, I don't think the editing was that great between the scenes, that it cancels out any potential suspense. The way it cuts to like people's eyes being blurry, which didn't really have any good effect for the viewer, just made it kind of a headache-inducing watch. And then the addition of all this bad CGI just made these death scenes come off as very lame for the most part. And the dialogue isn't that great. Once in a while you have people, like when Janine Turner comes in, she's like, man, we got one hell of an Irwin Allen movie happening. As if people in 1999 know what the fuck an Irwin Allen movie is. For those who don't know, Irwin Allen means The Poseidon Adventure, The Tower of Inferno, The Swarm with Michael Caine. But I don't know if 1999, if that was the year of Irwin Allen being part of the lexicon of pop culture, that people would understand that joke or that line. This seemed like a weird line. Seems like a line someone would have written like 10 years before that. Or like this one doctor that just has a bug up his ass with Odysee Sabàto Jr. Oh no, he's got some tit-ass federal agency down our necks. I've never known anyone to say that tit-ass federal agency. Why would he phrase it like that? He got some tit-ass federal agency. But it's not like he's pumped. He's like mad. Have you ever described something like that? Tit ass FBI is knocking on that door, man. That tit ass police is helping them out. Man, they got these tit ass doctors working on that patient over there. They're gonna screw it up. It's just a weird way. It felt like that was maybe, I don't know if that was meant to be another line and they had to change it for cable or what, but like maybe he got some shit ass federal agents or some shit ass federal agency. Here's some tit ass federal agency down. That's so weird. Like, why the fuck? Why did he say it that way? Robert Wagner, who's been in a lot of stuff, he's here as the head of this company called Digitron. That's going to have this opening where they're selling all these. They sold all these black boxes, and you're going to have 500 channels, and also go on the internet and all this other stuff. And it's a race against time because they got to stop this virus before it's unleashed to all the people that have these boxes when this event occurs and 100% official. But yeah, the film at times is predictable. There's one character that about the second time or third time I saw him, I went, yep, I know who this guy is. Which I'll get to. I know who the killer is. I know who the hacker is. Very easy to spot. To the point, I don't know. I'm like, were they trying to hide him? Because he seemed pretty obvious. But yeah, I guess they were trying to hide him because each time you see the guy's lair, you never see his face. But they did a bad job trying to hide him. I could guess pretty quickly. It's one of those movies that the only reason you would get any excitement out of this is if you're nostalgic for cable TV movies. And there's a part of me that, again, because that was the era I came from, by the time it's 1999, I'm 16 years old. But do I think this is good? No. Do I think there's some fun? There's a couple goofiness that I kind of smirk or chuckle at. Inadvertently, yes. And I like seeing Janine Turner in there. But yeah, do I think this is a good movie? No. Would I ever watch this film again? No. Do I think Murder by Phone is a hell lot better? Oh, hell yes. But damn one of spoilers. Another thing that's weird is the music. Like, it's supposed to be these dire circumstances, but a lot of times it's this cheery ba 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 boop boop ba 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 boop boop ba 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 boop boop na 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 no no na 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 no no. I mean, why is this like cheery ass music happening? Who did the score for this movie? Why is it that way? And like I said, most of the film is just Janine Turner and Tony Sabàto Jr. just trying to figure this out. And this is what I mean by some of the stuff that made it inadvertently funny. This is important, like, what you find out is, jump to the end, Robert Wagner wanted a computer virus to take out a rival. The Australian guy we see at the beginning of the film. So, this guy with the glasses that the second or third time I'm like, yep, that's a bad guy. There's something to this guy. There's no other reason why we keep seeing this guy. And then when they show the hacker, they show his like glasses. Now granted, is the guy wears special glasses, but when they shot it from like back here, so I thought it was just like regular glasses, and there was like one guy in the movie that had glasses. I'm like, is it that guy? I'm like, yeah, that guy keeps popping up, but he has these like reactions to things that seem very suspect and very like there's something up to with this guy, and there's something more to him, and oh, lo and behold, he's the bad guy. Like, big surprise. forgot what the hell I was saying. Oh, so he created this virus, but he also created a virus that had a life of its own that could actually infect people. That if you have this particular box, and also if you made it angry, it would kill you. Because the virus attacks when it feels threatened. If you say, okay, I tell you Sabàto Jr., okay, that's what you say. And the way he figures this out is when they went to one aftermath, the old man was dead and his wife said he had cataracts. So Antonio's at a bar. He's watching TV, like at the sports bar. He turns over, he sees a guy with glasses playing an arcade game, and then he's eating pretzels, and he raises the pretzel up. And like the pretzels, a little bit basic, the glasses. Then it's like, and it flashes, boom. It flashes at the pretzel, and then the guy playing the game, and the pretzel again. And I've never seen a movie where a guy finds out the truth because of pretzels. I know people that have seen, I heard people that see Jesus in fucking Cheetos or Doritos, but I solved the key to the truth with a pretzel. Something about that made me laugh. The pretzel's the key. Imagine if he just ate peanuts. If he ate peanuts, everybody would have died. Always trust the pretzel. Yeah. Well, again, what if he eaten peanuts? Or some other thing at the bar. Always have pretzels, I guess. That's a good endorsement for pretzels. It helps save lives. Or like the guy who's trying to help them find the evidence. Antonio just happens to know a blind computer hacker that has his keyboard in Braille. Now, I know that's mean for me to laugh at. I'm sure there are people who are hackers who happen to be blind. It's just, I can't think of another movie that has showcased that. I'm sure there must have been, but I can't think of any. So it's him listening to the computers and the virus? I don't know how the fuck that works, that you just do it by listening to it? I don't know, but call me mean for laughing, but like this, he just happens to know. How convenient. He just happens, because he's blind, so he can't see the screen, so he won't be infected. So thank God he knows. I mean, how rare is it to find a blind computer hacker? That's probably like, I don't know, one in a... Not just blind, and to be able to use the computer, but to be able to hack and notice the damn... computer, just to listen. What the hell does a computer virus sound like? I don't know. But, okay. I mean, there's not much action in terms of... Like, there's a couple death scenes, and there's really no blood. The death scenes are kind of the same. They shake, point of view of their eyes being blurry. They fall to the ground. This happens, let's see, the conference room, the old guy, the person at the ATM machine. Oh, the one black guy in the movie dies like a minute after we see him. If you're the black guy, you're gonna die. No, of course not. There's plenty of films I could mention where the black guy doesn't die in the horror film. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Demons, all sorts of stuff. But it's just one of those things that I think he was the only black guy in the movie. We just meet him, hey, how's it going? And then a minute later, he's fucking dead. I don't know why that made me laugh. Yeah, I should have known. The black guy won't die. But yeah, House on Haunted Hill, same year. Taye Diggs didn't die. I liked his character in that, so. But I don't know, just wanted to make me laugh. It was his, plus it was a really bad effect. That was the one where it's like the up close shot of his face. I don't know, like, I don't know what the hell you call the effects they did on it, but it looked like shit. Or they tried to do a sting, which I guess this was meant for a commercial break, where Antonio tells Janine Turner what's going on, and when he leaves, she kind of looks at the TV screen and does this, then pulls back and the music like, duh, and it cuts to a commercial break. Okay, if you say so. See, I'll get to this with Murder by Phone, but what made that film work is number one, the whole 80s. It's early 80s, so the look of the film and the era of the film where technology is becoming a new thing. So this whole, even the phones, it still feels like a new thing. Richard Chamberlain doing a fantastic job, being a great driving force. There's actually some pretty good dialogue exchanges and witty verbiage in that. I think what was the cop goes, like, if this was LA, I would shoot you now and talk to you later. But since we're not in LA, I'll talk to you first and then maybe shoot you later. It was something like, when I rewatch it, I'll remember it better. But, and the death scenes were more over the top, but they were more effective and fun. People shaking, blood coming out of their eyes, electrical sparks, stunts where they're flying back, or they fly out windows, or blood goes over this Mickey Mouse phone, and there's blood going and stuff, and nose is bleeding. As silly and goofy it is that enough impact to make you, okay, that was entertaining to watch. I don't find these deaths entertaining. They're just poorly directed with some bad CGI. And again, the lead has no charisma, has no presence, has no personality. He's very bland, very wooden. A lot of this stuff seems very typical. Like I said, there's not much action. There's a little bit where there are two characters, or two leads. Someone tries to hit him with a car, and they kind of roll out of the way. There's the finale where there's the race against the clock, where they sneak you to the conference, and Antonio beats like one guy up and smashing the computers. The guy shoots him. I don't know where he hit him, but he's not dead. I don't know if they mentioned where the bullet landed. I don't remember what it was. Because they hit him like right here, so I don't know what... Maybe they did show it, but I don't remember them showing it. I don't know what it hit. I don't remember, but... With the help of Janine Turner... Like Murder by Phone, the killer gets fried on their own equipment. And I agree with my friend. My friend was telling me about this when he sent in the request. He's like, it's weird because I rewatched Murder by Phone. It's really good. He likes the film too. But this film seems like it was ripping off Murder by Phone, and I can see what he means. Now, I know it's based on a novel, Reaper. I never read it, but I'm like, okay, you have this guy who's a crazy guy who's using this equipment to send these signals, or in this case, the computer virus, these signals, to kill people that involves them shaking. A madman with his own plan that ends with the bad guy dying and frying on his own equipment. I mean, that seems a bit fairly similar, compared to Murder by Phone. I'm just saying. Granted, that film is not a popular movie. It doesn't even have a DVD release, so I doubt the people who made this watched that film. I don't know about the person who wrote the book. Like, maybe they heard about it. I don't know. If not, then it's just a pretty crazy coincidence. I'll put it that way. But Fatal Error, if you do want to watch it, is on that free VEE, free V thing, if you did get it working. You can watch it on there. Uh, I guess it's with Amazon Prime, but at the same time, I don't have Amazon Prime, so it's the free part of it, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, it's. I can't believe I talked 30 minutes for this, but oh well. Hey, for the lateness, it would be a longer review. I, I think if they made the death scenes more over the top and crazy and insane and maybe even goofier or just well directed, better effects. If they had a more capable leading man, and throw in some fun dialogue. Like, just because it's low budget doesn't mean you can't have that. Alligator had that, where Robert Forster and John Sayles wrote some witty dialogue, whether it be Robert Forster lamenting about his, people making fun of his hair loss, or little bits like Robert Forster will find the monster and throws his teeth up, gonna kick his ass. Stuff like that, littered throughout, makes a world of difference. And this film needed stuff like that. But it doesn't. So, fatal error. Not that good of a movie, but... Well, no buts, it's not that good of a movie. Is it the worst movie I've seen? No. It's that 90s cable era that brings me back to those days of nostalgia, but I would never see this film again. I don't even know if this film has a DVD. I'm kind of curious now. This film has a DVD. If it shows, because my internet's been wonky tonight. You buy the DVD for $22. Yeah, sure, yeah, I love how this person gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and all they did was say what the plot is. 5 stars. God awful, good for some laughs and yelling at the TV after having a few beers. Terrible script, poor acting, directing, everyone involved was just there for a quick paycheck. Do not waste your time or money. 1 out of 5 stars. Well, they're not wrong. The film is based on a book by Ben Mezrich. As with this film, I found its biggest flaw is the credibility of a computer virus being able to kill humans. Neither the book nor the movie explains just how this deadly computer bug is able to do what it does to humans. Well, that's not true. It does. You just call BS on it. Because Antonio explains how light, like the light of a screen, like can affect your eyes and how maybe to go through. Very slim, I know, but it does attempt. Antonio Sabàto wearing more than his usual underwear ads. It's effective? I would not even say effective. Not a great film, but does have its moments. It makes you wonder how far we can go with computers. This movie is a great deal of wholesome sci-fi fun. A good movie to watch for its impressive special effects. What? This is from 2013. Impressive special effects? Did you watch a director's cut of this that I don't know about? Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.